megalithic site with unknown purpose. Imagine a world shrouded in mist before the written word, before empires rose and fell. Picture Salisbury Plain in what is now England, circa 3000 BC. Here, a community, or perhaps a series of communities, toiled relentlessly. These weren't kings or conquerors, but farmers, builders, and perhaps priests. They were driven by beliefs we can only guess at, compelled to erect something monumental, something that would defy time itself. Our story begins not with answers, but with questions etched in stone. Questions that echo across millennia. Questions whispered by the wind as it whips across the plain, carrying secrets that the stones stubbornly hold. What drove them? What did they believe? And why here, on this seemingly unremarkable patch of earth? Already, a sense of unease settles. A feeling that this place holds more than just ancient stones. A feeling that something profound, and perhaps sinister, occurred here. The early stages of Stonehenge were far simpler than the monument we know today. It began as a henge, a circular ditch and bank, possibly used for ritualistic purposes. Inside this enclosure, wooden posts were erected, creating a space set apart from the everyday world. This initial phase, radiocarbon dated to around 3000 BC, hints at a purpose far beyond mere shelter or defense. It suggests a sacred space, a place of gathering, perhaps even a connection to the celestial realm. But who were these people? They left no written records, only their enduring monument. They were skilled engineers, capable of moving massive stones over considerable distances. They were also deeply connected to their environment, observing the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. And within their creation, a disquieting element begins to emerge, a deliberate act of burial, the careful placement of human remains, suggesting a link between the living and the dead. The blue stones arrive. That's our first big clue. These smaller, but still substantial, stones were transported from the Preseli Hills in Wales, over 150 miles away. How they achieved this feat remains a mystery. Did they use rollers, sledges, or boats? The logistics alone are staggering, requiring immense coordination and manpower. But more importantly, why? Why go to such lengths to bring these particular stones to this specific location? The answer, perhaps, lies in the unique properties of the bluestones themselves. Some believe they possess healing powers, while others suggest they were chosen for their connection to ancestral lands. Whatever the reason, their arrival marks a significant turning point in the construction of Stonehenge, hinting at a deeper, more complex purpose, and a hint of desperation, a seeking for something beyond their reach. Around 2500 BC, the landscape of Stonehenge dramatically changed again. The Sarsen stones, much larger than the bluestones, were brought from a quarry about 20 miles to the north. These massive stones were carefully shaped and erected, forming the iconic trilithons, two upright stones topped by a lintel. The precision and skill required for this construction are astounding, suggesting a highly organized society with advanced knowledge of engineering and mathematics. The Sarsens dwarf the earlier bluestones, creating a sense of awe and power. This was no longer just a sacred space. It was a statement, a testament to the collective will of the people who built it. The stones had an almost alien quality, as if they had grown here and would never leave. But beneath the grandeur, whispers of sacrifice emerge, tales of backbreaking labor, and the potential potential for dark rituals. The investigation deepens, and a key figure emerges: the archer. Discovered buried near Stonehenge with a collection of arrowheads and other artifacts, he was clearly a person of importance. Isotope analysis of his teeth reveals he wasn't local, but came from mainland Europe. This raises questions about the connections between Stonehenge and other parts of the world. Was he a pilgrim, drawn to this sacred site, trader bringing goods and ideas? Or something more sinister, a leader of a rival tribe, perhaps even a sacrifice? His presence adds another layer of complexity to the mystery of Stonehenge, suggesting that it was not an isolated phenomenon, but part of a wider network of cultural exchange and potential conflict. His is a false lead, though a distraction from the greater mystery. Theories about the purpose of Stonehenge abound, ranging from the plausible to the outlandish. Some believe it was an astronomical observatory used to track the movements of the sun, moon, and stars. Others suggest it was a temple dedicated to the worship of ancient gods. Still others propose it was a burial ground, a place where the remains of important individuals were interred. The truth is, we simply don't know for sure. Each theory has its merits and its limitations, and the evidence is often ambiguous and open to interpretation. But amidst the speculation, one thing is clear: Stonehenge was a place of profound significance to the people who built it, a place where they sought to connect with the cosmos, honor their ancestors, and perhaps even control their own destiny. The motives, however, remained clouded in secrecy. Here's our twist: the landscape surrounding Stonehenge is just as important as the monument itself. Recent archaeological discoveries have revealed a network of ritual pathways, burial mounds, and other structures that extend for miles around the site. This suggests that Stonehenge was not an isolated structure, but part of a larger, interconnected ceremonial landscape. The Avenue, a processional route leading from Stonehenge to the River Avon, is one such example. Durrington Walls, a massive henge enclosure located a short distance from Stonehenge, is another. These discoveries challenge the traditional view of Stonehenge as a single, self-contained monument, and suggest that it was part of a much more complex and dynamic ritual landscape, a landscape far more connected to the cosmos than anyone previously believed. And here's a darker twist: the deliberate destruction of parts of Stonehenge throughout its history. Evidence suggests that some of the stones were intentionally broken or removed, perhaps as part of a ritualistic act or as a sign of disrespect. This raises questions about the power dynamics within the communities that built and used Stonehenge. Was there a conflict between different factions or beliefs? Was there a desire to erase or rewrite the history of the site? The destruction of Stonehenge is a reminder that even the most enduring monuments are vulnerable to the forces of time and human intervention. It also hints at the possibility of dark secrets buried beneath the stones. Secrets that some may have wanted to keep hidden forever. Secrets that were deliberately kept away from prying eyes. The stakes escalate. The focus shifts from the grand structure to the small human stories buried within. The discovery of skeletons reveals signs of trauma and hardship, fractured bones, evidence of disease, and signs of heavy labor paint a grim picture of life in Neolithic Britain. This challenges the romanticized view of Stonehenge as a place of harmony and spiritual enlightenment. It reminds us that the construction of this monument came at a cost borne by the individuals who toiled relentlessly to bring it to life. These were not gods or heroes, but ordinary people struggling to survive in a harsh and unforgiving world. And within their struggles, a new question arises. Were they willing participants, or were they coerced into building this monument? Another twist, the alignment of Stonehenge with the solstices. The monument is carefully aligned with the rising sun on the summer solstice and the setting sun on the winter solstice. This suggests that the builders of Stonehenge had a sophisticated understanding of astronomy and the cycles of the seasons. The solstices were important dates in the agricultural calendar, marking the beginning of planting and harvesting. By aligning Stonehenge with these events, the builders may have been seeking to ensure the fertility of the land and the success of their crops. But beyond the practical considerations, the alignment with the solstices also suggests a deeper connection to the cosmos, a desire to synchronize human activity with the rhythms of the universe. And here's where the true nature of the sacrifice reveals itself. Control, the cover-up. In the centuries that followed its construction, Stonehenge was gradually abandoned and forgotten. The reasons for this decline are unclear, but may have been due to changes in climate, social upheaval, or the rise of new religious beliefs. Over time, the stones began to fall and crumble, and the site became overgrown with vegetation. It wasn't until the medieval period that Stonehenge was rediscovered, and its significance began to be appreciated once again. But even then, its true purpose remained a mystery, shrouded in myth and legend. The very act of losing it, of letting the grass grow over and nature reclaiming it, almost feels deliberate, as if those that knew its secrets chose to bury them along with the stones. Haunting discovery. Recent analysis of the bones buried at Stonehenge reveals that many of them were cremated. This suggests that cremation was an important ritual practice in Neolithic Britain, and that Stonehenge may have been a place where the dead were honored and remembered. But why cremation? Was it a way to purify the soul, to release it from the physical body? Or was it a way to prevent the dead from returning to haunt the living? The practice of cremation adds another layer of mystery to the enigma of Stonehenge and highlights the complex and often contradictory beliefs of the people who built it. The act feels both respectful and fearful, a blend of love and dread. And here's where the final pieces click into place. Stonehenge was likely used for ancestor worship. The careful placement of cremated remains, the alignment with the solstices, and the connection to the surrounding landscape all point to a belief in the power of the ancestors and the importance of maintaining a connection with the past. The builders of Stonehenge may have believed that the spirits of their ancestors could influence the present and the future, and that by honoring them, they could ensure the prosperity and well-being of their community. The stones themselves may have been seen as a conduit to the ancestral realm, a place where the living and the dead could communicate. A communication based on a desire for control and a deep-seated fear of the unknown. The legacy. Stonehenge stands as a testament to the ingenuity, resilience, and spiritual beliefs of the people who built it. It continues to inspire awe and wonder in all who visit it, and its mysteries continue to fascinate and intrigue us. But perhaps the most important lesson of Stonehenge is that even the most enduring monuments are ultimately fragile and vulnerable. They They are a reminder of the impermanence of human existence.